are. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be going over a bunch of things in this early morning live stream. We're going to be going over NIO stock, what we hear about that, Tesla probably as well, just general stock market news and more. It's not going to be a long stream today because I have stuff to do. But yeah, let's jump right into it. So the market opens in 2 minutes here, and let's see where things are currently at. So if we go to Yahoo Finance, we go to SPY. See here that we're up pre-market about 0.5%, a little more than 0.5%, and this is because there has been new news for the coronavirus vaccine. So let's read this article here by Yahoo Finance. Stock market news live updates. Wall Street set to rally as Oxford/AstraZeneca, I don't know how to pronounce that, vaccine shows promise. Stock futures rose on Monday, indicating Wall Street was poised to rally at the opening bell as investors weighed new COVID-19 infections, which are leading to rising deaths and a record number of hospitalizations across the U.S. against the rapidly unfolding timetable for the deployment of a vaccine. Markets have been excuse me. I came out of nowhere. Markets have been broadly encouraged by the steady flow of positive news over a coronavirus cure. On Monday, University of Oxford and AstraZeneca revealed that their candidate demonstrated efficacy of 70.4% in 2 large-scale trials. If a lower dose is used than a second full dose, the efficacy is up 90%, the company said. So, I mean, this is just general good news for COVID. We already knew about the Pfizer vaccine. We already pretty much, the market's already had its big bounce from the COVID vaccine news. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this kind of flatten out throughout the day. But I mean, it's still, I mean, it's good news all around, right? More and more competition in the COVID vaccine world is pretty cool if you ask me. So let me just open up my stream here on another computer. So yeah, that's very good news. Now let's go look at NIO here. So this is a couple days old, but it's still worthwhile. So strong earnings confirm NIO stock is on track to hit 150. Red Hot Premium Chinese electric vehicle maker NIO recently reported blockbuster third quarter numbers, which broadly underscore that the NIO stock growth narrative is firing on all cylinders. Triple-digit delivery growth, triple-digit revenue growth, robust margin expansion, net loss narrowed significantly. Head to toe, it was a great print. Yet NIO's stock dropped after the earnings release. Time to freak out? Hardly. NIO is just taking a breather after surging 2,400% higher over the past year. This breather period will end shortly. Once it does, NIO stock will get back to its winning ways because the company's strong earnings report confirms that the underlying fundamentals provide a runway for NIO to 150 over the next few years. I mean, hell, if the way things are going, we could be at NIO in the next. I mean, we could be at 150 in the next few months. I'm kidding; it's unlikely, but I mean, yeah, this is good news, and I do think NIO. I don't think we're at the NIO highs yet, despite how much we've been up thus far. It's always tough to tell the future, right? I mean, no matter how strong the company or no matter how hot the market, there's really no way to accurately predict where a stock will be in the future. But these numbers are very good right here. I want to highlight this once again. At triple-digit delivery growth, triple-digit revenue growth, robust margin expansion, and the net loss narrowed significantly. So they're closing that gap. And they're heading towards profitability. Like I said, the Chinese government's never going to let this company fail. They've already given subsidies to them that they won't give to Tesla in China because they are a Chinese company and the government has a hand in the company. They're very promising. You see here the cars look good. They're electric. The battery swap stations they're a huge, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe not an advantage, but it's a huge thing that is very interesting and shows a lot of promise for the company. So of course, I am bullish on NIO. It's just tough to figure out what's going to happen with the current price, right? It's always a little scary buying into something that's up 2,500% in just the past year. So NIO is definitely something to keep watch. So the market just opened while we were live, and let's see what's going on here. So let's go to the full screen. Go to the 1 day. That's 2. It did open up, but it's really tough to see it here on Yahoo Finance. I have to check Robinhood in a second. Let's check out NIO. and see how they're doing on the day. NEO up 5% today almost. Well, 4.5% today. Over 50, heading towards 52, bouncing right around that range right here. Yeah, so I mean, oh yeah, look at that. They're going right up. Let's see if they hit 52 right here with us live. Holy smokes. Yeah, so NEO's up big on the day, of course, right? I think they're actually reaching new highs right now. Yeah, they are. What's this right here? Yeah, NEO is currently reaching new highs today, of course, right? Gotta love to see that. Let's check out Tesla stock. Same thing. New highs, 512. That's awesome. It's awesome for my NEO shares. I mentioned it. I mean my Tesla shares rather. I mentioned in the last live stream on Friday that I do have a small position on NEO and a little bit of a bigger position on Tesla. I got 2 shares. Well, I actually had 7 shares, but I'll get to that. I had 2 shares of Tesla that I bought in 2019 in June when Tesla was under $200 pre-split. And the news was all very bearish at the time. I am up 850% roughly on those shares. And then when it comes to NEO, I just got shares not that long ago, and not many, like very few. But yeah, and then I originally had 7 shares of Tesla, and I sold 5 of them when Tesla hit, what was it? When they hit like 500 or 600 pre-split, I sold it for like a 200% profit. And then I just held 2, and I should have held them all. So let me know in the chat. We got a few people watching right now. What's going on? Let me know in the chat what you want to see us cover. What do you want to see us talk about on this stream? I can only stream for about another 20 minutes, and I want to cover whatever you guys find interesting. So let me know in the comments down below. Excuse me, I said I have a little coffee. So, what do I see with the future of the market here, man? It's with everything going on with the presidential switch and with the potential Biden lockdowns, it's really, for me, I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty cash heavy right now because I don't like. I mean, personally, I'm not a financial analyst or anything, right? And I can do all the technical analysis and look at the financials all I want, but it's still tough to decide when to buy into a company for me, especially when they're all reaching all-time highs. So I am personally waiting for some sort of pullback. Let's check out. Oh, look at that! Those numbers switching so fast. Let's check out Apple real quick because Apple is. I just made a video. If you haven't seen it, it is 5 stocks to buy now in December. I just made that video and Apple was on that list because I think they're a stock that is it's just like there's a very safe bet, and they are down. If we go to the 1 month. Here we go, 6 months. September 1st, they're at 134, so they are down off their highs. So I think there is room to grow. There's the super safe company. Do you guys see iPhones going away anytime soon? I don't personally. So that's really good news here. Apple is looking good, looking safe. I mean, that's a little concerning. Same thing with NEO with that big spike at the end, but. Yeah, so I am looking on entering a large position on Apple, but I'm still like, it's just tough to decide, you know what I mean? So we're holding off on that. Let's check out Microsoft because I also had that on my list. I had a few more. I'll check out all of them right now. Microsoft up about 1%. Wix was on my stock list for December. Wix down 2%. Looking good, though. I mean, trading sideways. If there is another lockdown, like I said, I don't think anything's ever going to go back to completely normal. I think we'll get pretty close to normal, but I think that the state of the workplace is forever changed from COVID. There will be much more freelancing, much more work online and stuff like that. So I can see that happening for sure. And Wix is in a good position to be the #1 source for website creation. I want to check out Upwork just because I have a big position in Upwork I got about 2 months ago. Boom, love to see that right there, baby. I think the market in general is just rallying on the COVID vaccine news, like I mentioned before. I'm actually going to go back and finish reading that article in case there's anyone in here that didn't see me reading it, because we are talking about that today. So, yeah, SPY is up today a little bit, not too much. So let's finish reading this article right here. So those developments, the developments by... where is it? AstraZeneca, excuse me. They came out with some COVID vaccine news, and now we're picking up right here. So, Expectations for a relatively quick vaccine rollout have boosted the broader market as well as prospects for 2021 growth, while leading investors to unwind technology-heavy stay-at-home bets that previously bolstered key stocks like Netflix, Amazon, Zoom, and other names. Both the Dow and S&P 500 notched record closing highs last week as traders rode a wave of exuberance sparked by the vaccine news. That is absolutely true. And that is something good to point out, that tech stocks were absolutely going to the moon ever since COVID started. I mean, I'm talking new highs, triple-digit growth in some companies, like Fiverr is a good example. And now, with the vaccine and with the promise of maybe things going back to some state of normalcy, things have pulled back. But I don't think that it's going to last. I think that, the vaccine will help and things will get back to normal and COVID will slowly go away and just become like a flu kind of thing. I think that, I think things are forever changed from COVID, and there's going to be, this is the way we work, man. Like Zoom, I think Zoom and work from home is going to be a very common thing. It's not going to go anyway. It's not going to go away anytime soon or forever, for that matter. So, however, the near-term outlook remains clouded by the relentless scourge. I gotta brush up on my English, man. Of more COVID-19 infections and the inability of Washington's ward parties to agree on a stimulus. The current wave of the virus is swamping the darkest days of March and April, threatening to overshadow the holidays and drag on growth. This winter will be grim, and we believe the economy will contract again in Q1, albeit at only 1% annualized rate, JP Morgan Chase economics team wrote in a lengthy research note last week. The economy no longer has that tailwind. Instead, it now faces the headwind of increasing restrictions on activity. The holiday season from Thanksgiving through New Year's threatens a further increase in cases. That is true. Last week, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said that Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell agreed to restart talks on a deal. The news momentarily sparked a boost for stocks and fanned hopes that a lame duck session could produce a bargain ahead of President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration in January. However, the Senate has already adjourned for the Thanksgiving holiday and will not meet again for another full session until the end of the month. That narrows the window of opportunity for new legislation to get passed. Meanwhile, economists are weighing whether a brewing dispute between the Treasury Department and the Federal Reserve will unsettle markets. The central bank said on Friday it would return unused emergency money allocated by the Treasury a day after U.S. Treasury Secretary Steve ordered the Fed to allow 9 of its 13 liquidity facilities to close on December 31st. The extent to which any committed funds would eventually be returned remains unclear, but if it happened, we do not think that general account or reserve balances would be yada yada blah blah blah. So basically, we got some bullish news today from the COVID vaccines. That is why the market is up so much. From Oxford/AstraZeneca, much like we got bullish news a couple weeks ago from Pfizer and Moderna. So nothing too crazy here, but it is good news nonetheless, and I think that is going to be very good for the market in general. But I am worried about the future, right? With Biden coming in, he has mentioned that he would do lockdowns, and then he's gone back on it and said he doesn't see that necessary, or maybe lockdowns in certain areas. NEO has pulled back a little bit so far today. But I mean, the economy is still hurting. No matter what the stock market looks like, reaching new highs, it's very important to know the economy is not the stock market. They are different things. While they may have some overlap, they're not the same. And one can rally while one goes down, and that's kind of what we have going on right now. And there's just so much uncertainty right now. I just don't feel safe entering a large position at this time. NEO, I don't think will be too affected by any sort of further lockdowns. It's just not going to be. I don't think. You know what I mean? It's going up based on the hype right now, pretty much, and based on the fact that a lot of people are bullish on it. And I don't think a pullback in the market is going to really change that anytime soon. It's just kind of, I think. I mean, it might retract it a little bit, but it's not going to be like something like how if we had another lockdown, how something would, like the S&P 500 or something, would obviously tank here. I think it's kind of different than that. But still, NEO, I'm careful on entering a large position right now just because they're reaching new highs. It's just tough to see where the future goes, right? I have a small position, but a large position, that's a different story. So let's check out Tesla real quick. Oh, I spelled that wrong. See how they're doing today once again. Up 6%. Man, they are rallying. Holy smokes. I have to check my Fidelity account soon. Yeah, Tesla up 6% on the day, reaching all-time highs. Let's go, baby. Wow, look at that. 28 bucks. Yeah, I gotta check my account. That's pretty cool. Hey, guys, drop some stuff in the chat. What do you want me to talk about? What do you want me to cover? I see we got 4 people watching right now, including me, because I have this open on my laptop as well. So let's go look at the SPY real quick, see how the S&P 500 is doing on the day. Up almost 1%. That's huge. It's actually kind of spiking right now. That is really good to know. So, yeah, I am, as weird as it is to sound, I am bullish on the future. I just expect a pullback sometime soon. We have to, right? I mean, let's go to the 6 month here. We're reaching new highs on the S&P 500. COVID cases are reaching new highs. We're going through a weird presidential switch right now. Things aren't, they're not very smooth. Biden has talked about lockdowns. The economy is still not doing good despite the market doing good. And the problem is a lot of this stuff I feel like is priced in too. I mean, people expect the Biden lockdown, so the market will even drop when that happens because everyone expects it to happen. People expected COVID cases to go back up. Now I guess maybe we're just looking for some sort of news we don't expect, whether it's bullish or bearish, to really push the market one way or another. But I am looking for some sort of retraction. It doesn't have to be a lot, 5-10%. Something that gives me a sign that maybe it's a good buy. I'd really try not to buy at all-time highs, especially right now on the SPY. Apple, like I said, in my December stock video, if you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. I am looking to buy Apple in December. I think that they are well-positioned regardless of the future. And they are actually off of their highs. If we go to year-to-date, you'll see here their high was August 26th. Was it August 26th? I thought it was September. Yeah, so it was September 1st at about 134, and they're at 117. So there's a $15 gap roughly there to fill, and Apple's just like a powerhouse company that's not going anywhere. Do you guys see anybody getting rid of their iPhones anytime soon? Because I sure as hell don't. So let me know what you guys want to see me cover next in a future video. I got to get going here. But yeah, that is the stock market news for the day. Subscribe to the channel for more. We'll be back live tomorrow morning, same time, and probably a little longer then. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys.